Hello and welcome back to my craft room. A special little video today because I'm doing a collaboration with two of my arty friends here on YouTube, Zoe Artist and Emily Arts. We're going to be trying some reverse colouring. Now we haven't got one of the books. What we've done is we've each created our own reverse colouring background and then we've sent it to the other two. So we've each got the same three to work on. It will be interesting to see all the different results that come up. I'm going to show you them in no particular order. So here's one, and no particular orientation either with any of them. I wonder myself even if I would have guessed. I think I would have guessed which of us was which. When I go to the desk I'll tell you whose was which. If you haven't seen the whole reverse colouring thing yet, just Google reverse colouring and you'll get loads of stuff come up. The idea is that you have these lovely colourful backgrounds. The colouring's already done. You're going to put the lines in and you can make it whatever you like. You can just doodle, you can make it into something specific, or whatever you like. But actually now I'm sitting down here, I'm thinking, oh, I can't see anything, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to get stuck in and see what happens. And if need be, I can always print some more out. We're also going to make all of our three backgrounds available for you to download. I'll put links in the description box, and of course I will also link to Zoe and Emily so that you can go and check out what they've done, and I can't wait to see. Theirs is going to be way better than mine. Anyway, let's go to the desk and have a look. So this one's actually mine. I did that with liquid acrylics. It's just two colours. I think it's just two colours, the red and the green, and when they mix they make a purple. This one was Emily's. I believe she used watercolours for this one, but she'll tell you in her video. This one Zoe used peerless watercolours, I believe, but again she will tell you in her video, so make sure to check them out. What I'm going to do is, a few days ago when I did this, I recorded the making of my background, so I'm going to put that in here and then I'll come back to you and just do a kind of speed through glimpse at some of my process. But I think these will probably I'll probably be doodling in these for hours, so I'm not going to subject you to all of that. I'll just give you some little snippets and then come back at the end and show you how they turned out. Fingers crossed it won't be a complete disaster. I don't think you can really go wrong with it. Who am I trying to convince? See you in a minute. Hello and welcome back to my craft room. One of the things we've been chatting about in our new Discord is this new to me anyway, a craze for reverse colouring. It's brilliant. I love it. There's all sorts of books you can buy, and I'm just going to go on to the Discord and just show you. Emily made up her own reverse colouring background and offered it for people to download and have a go themselves. Let me show you. Okay, so here's the Arty Artist Discord. This is the general chat page where we sort of talk about anything. If you have a look on the left down here, there's lots of different rooms you can go into for all kinds of things. Collab Corner, most of you won't have. You can see that's got a padlock on. That's where we talk about secret up and coming collaborations, which things which we're keeping secret for now, but you will get to know about in due course. And then all of these are rooms that anybody can go in and do what they like with. So except this one, which is TTK's test area. So TTK, in case you didn't know, is my son Tom. He does all the fancy techie stuff for us, and I'm very grateful for that because I couldn't do it on my own. Okay, so here are the public galleries where you can share. So arts and crafts is where you can share whatever you've been making and doing. Inspired by pieces is for our inspired by art collab pieces, so you can post what you've made to fit the themes in there. And this one's now called resources and inspiration. We'll put lots of, we can all go and put links in there if you find free downloads or online classes or anything you think might be useful inspiration for other artists and crafters. So the one I wanted to show you now is the arts and crafts one here in the public gallery section. And lots of people posting what they've been up to there. Look at these, look at some of these. This one's actually a bit like the reverse colouring idea as well, where you put the colouring on first and then you doodle onto it. There's all sorts going on in here, look. I think this is a reverse colouring page here that Jackie's shared. Here's another one. That's the picture of the front of the book that Jackie's shared there. And this was Zoe's take on the background that Emily posted. Zoe's take on Jensen Ackles there. You will find quite a lot of Jensen Ackles in this Discord. Okay, here we are. So this is the background that Emily did with watercolours, that she said she's happy for anyone to download and have a go at reverse colouring. You can have a better look at it there, or you can open it in the browser like that, and then you can save it and print it, whatever you want. So isn't it beautiful? Really lovely. So I've come on now a few days ahead to get my background done, so I thought you might like to see how I do the background. And actually at the moment I've no idea how I'm going to do the background. I'm not going to do it with anything particular in mind. I'm just going to do a colourful background, and then we'll each have to make of it whatever. So let me show you what I'm going to play with. So I thought I'd do something different again and use these liquid acrylics. I've been treasuring them because I loved them when we got them in the school box. I've been hoarding them, but I've now got that box again. So I can use these a bit more willy-nilly. My temptation, because I love colour, is to put all of these on, but I'm just wondering, would I be better to just use two? Either just use those or just use those. I've also got a spray bottle, just 2 brushes. Let's get them wet now. I haven't got a palette or anything. If I want to mix up, I'll just do it straight on my glass mat. I've got a straw and I've got a bit of tissue. Do a bit of spritzing first, and a bit of water on there first, and drop the inks in. Sometimes it's easier for me to see where I've been. Let's bring you down a bit. On the camera, so I'm looking up at the camera as well as in real life. Okay. I think I'm just going to do this and drop it. All else fails, I'll just have to do it again and keep this one for myself. But I don't want to kind of get too pernickety about it. Oh, look at that go. Let's just take my time here. No rush. That is beautiful. Look at that. At the moment I'm thinking this is probably the most interesting one actually. So there's the first one I did. I could show them all of them and let them choose, but then that might be defeating the object. Anyway, that's that done. I need to leave them dry and then take pictures. And, by the time you see this, I'll know how it turned out. I'm definitely leaning towards that one. It's got more contrast as well. Right, so I'm back. I've been having a bit of a look at these. Some things are kind of leaping out at me, literally leaping out in the case of this one. So I looked at it in all different orientations. I thought maybe planets, and maybe a pond. I thought maybe feathers. I quite like doing feathers. If this idea goes wrong, I'll do it again and make it feathers. But what I decided in the end was, what's really coming out at me, and now I've seen it, I can't unsee it, is there's a dolphin here. So I want to turn this into a dolphin, and I'm going to give him a couple of little friends. I think this bit here could also be a dolphin, and possibly another one here, all leaping, kind of surfing together. And I've looked at a couple of photo references, and I've just thought I'm going to keep it very sketchy, but I've just kind of sketched in the rough shape of that dorsal fin and their kind of flippers. Is that what they're called? And they've got these kind of, you know, they've got that sort of rounded front to their head, haven't they, in that little kind of beak thing. I'm totally ignoring these circles, which I love. I love that whole like a coffee cup ring. I always love that, but it just doesn't fit with what I want to do, so I'm just going to ignore it. I've got a vague idea that I'm going to use liners to sort of go between, to sort of show the direction of the water, and change it when it gets to the I don't know, I'm not sure. I've got a whole selection of different thicknesses of black and white liners to use. I don't want to be penciling a lot. That was just to get my basic dolphin shape, because it's not something I'm comfortable with drawing really. The tails will probably be coming up out of the water, and I won't even need to really do them. I had a look at some photo references, and you couldn't actually see the tails in many of them because they were leaping out of the water and the tails were still submerged. So I've got a big fat Pentor paint pen, a couple of white Signo Uniballs, which I love, a couple of grey pens. That's a grey one. There's a grey, so these are brush pens, which are really nice. And some different thicknesses of fine liner. There's big fat permanent liner that we got in last month's score box. So I've tested them all out to make sure they work, and you can see I can get quite a good variety of marks there. So yeah, I'm probably just going to go in and start on this one first. I haven't decided about this one yet, whether to... It's difficult not to see this as flowers because I'm seeing these as leaves. I'm sure I could make them into something else, but having said that, I quite like doing flowers, so I might just knock myself out and do some flowers there. I could also do some little quirky creatures. I can sort of see a funny little ostrich or something here. Maybe a little character here. And here there's a little kind of almost a person there. I could just do all kinds of doodles, whatever comes to mind. It doesn't matter really. I could just doodle over the whole thing. This one that I did think kind of some kind of a bouquet. I think these look quite like feathers or flowers or leaves. I even wondered about, which way up did I have it for that? I think it was that way. I even wondered about doing some kind of peacock thing, you know, standing on one leg with the other one up here, and then I suddenly saw this kind of like almost like one of those Edwardian cameo ladies, where this is her neck, shoulders, kind of a bust of a Edwardian lady in a cameo frame sort of thing, because I can add to it, you know, obviously if I want to. So the one I'm most sure about, I think, is the dolphin one. So this is Zoe's, and now I've seen the dolphin, it just looks so blimmin' obvious. I don't think I'm going to be able to see anything else if I wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will record a little bit of this, and then I'll go on to the next one and show you a little bit of that. I don't think you're going to want to see too much. You're dithering. Let's start with the fine one. Oh, I'm really nervous of this. It's weird. Don't want to get too pernickety about it, really. I'll try holding it loosely like this at the end, so I don't get too kind of controlled and stuff, because I know what I'm like. The great thing about doing collaborations like this is it forces you to try things that you would never otherwise do. I'd never make myself draw a dolphin, but there you go. It's pretty sketchy, but I think it's going to have to be sketchy. I like that, as well as the kind of sea colours and the kind of purpley blacks of the really just a really dark purple. I don't think there's any actual black in it. There might be a bit of black there, and blues of the dolphins. There's also greens and blues and aquas for the water, and when you look at the actual image, you'll see that it's gold paint that Zoe's used in here. Really pretty. It hasn't printed out perfectly from my printer, but a colour reminds me of sand as well, and you do get that look of sand lifting into the surf, don't you? So quite like that scribbly look. I'm telling myself I like that scribbly look, and I think I'm going to do one more dolphin in here so they're really playing together, and those will be going off the page. And I might decide I want to darken part of the dolphins in later, but for now I'm going to leave it at that. There, I'm done. So now I'm thinking of adding some lines to the water, but I've got to think, what direction am I going to do them in? And I don't necessarily want realism, so I could add some almost like leaves, like seaweedy effect or whatever. I know that wouldn't really happen, but it might look nice. I can do a lot of dotting to create surf and stuff later on, and bubbles. Definitely need some bubbles. Sort of add a highlight to that one, use my white pen to where the light would be catching them. Okay, I think because I've got the dolphin shapes mapped out, I think I will do a bit of the water next and then come back to the dolphins. I think you can kind of see where I'm going with this one. Not sure how well it's going to work out, but I'm quite in the rhythm now. I'm going to carry on doodling through this one, and I'll come back to you when I'm ready to start the next one. Okay, so I'm back. Things haven't gone quite according to plan over the last 2 or 3 days. We've had a plumbing emergency and no heating or hot water. Luckily we do have an electric shower, so thank God for that, because otherwise I'll be a bit stonky by now. Okay. So I haven't been able to film as I wanted, and in order to get this up in time now, I'm going to have to blast through the last couple of pieces, because I know Emily and Zoe are all kind of ready to go, and I don't want to be be the fly in the ointment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you how I get on with the dolphin page and what my ideas are for the next ones, and I'm just going to have to come back and show you the finished thing. This video has probably gone on long enough anyway, so you'll probably be relieved. So let's have a look at how my dolphins went. So here we go. Bit different from when you saw it last. This took hours, but it was hours sat in front of the telly with it on a lap tray, and I really, once I got into it, it was a very zen process. I did end up thickening up the outlines quite a lot. They got sort of thicker and bolder as time went on. I really enjoy doing these repetitive lines here, and it kind of puts me a little bit in mind of those Japanese prints with the waves and the sea foam at the top, you know. I lost the third dolphin in the end. I decided those two were enough. My husband looked at it in the film, and the first things he said was, "What are those two rings for?" So I was kind of hoping they'd sort of faded away. But then I decided it's okay because the dolphin's probably jumping through hoops or something. They like to play, don't they, dolphins? Okay, so that's that one. Then I made a little start on this one last night downstairs, but I couldn't see. The light wasn't very good, and I gave it up in the end. But I'm still in a maritime mood here because I suddenly saw a seahorse. I'm going to get up the image of this one as it was, perhaps the other one as it was. Hang on. So I took that one and turned it 90 degrees clockwise, and then when I did that I found I could suddenly see, is it a beak, the little nose of the seahorse there, and then everything else came together. And what I want to do is turn the rest of all of these where you see rings and things, where initially when I looked at this bit, these green bits, I couldn't see anything but leaves, so this had to be a bunch of flowers. But I thought I don't feel like doing a bunch of flowers, so now those are going to be fish. Come to that one in a minute. And there's another look at the one that I've ended up, now I've seen dolphin. I cannot see anything but dolphin when I look at this. So that's a little refresher of what that one looked like before I got into it. That's what I've just shown you. I've turned it that way and I've started, but you can see the light wasn't very good. I've not been very accurate there. So I need to keep going on this. I might not even get it fully finished because I've only got a couple of hours before I need to quickly edit this together and get it uploaded, or I'm going to let the girls down. Okay, so yeah, where initially I couldn't see anything but leaves and flowers here, whichever way I turned it, now I'm seeing fish kind of coming out and skittering away, and these will be kind of all different types of coral. I've done a little, where I saw that shape there, I've done a little mussel shell out of that one. Yeah, so I'm going to carry on with that. But I think I'm going to have to do it off camera because I just haven't got time now. So then we come to this one, and I think what I've decided, and you might see I've just sketched a sort of triangle shape there, and yeah, a rough sort of lines there. What I've ended up deciding on is, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's a lady with her back to me. I think I mentioned when earlier on, I can't remember because that's like 3 days ago now, that I was seeing an Edwardian lady with a cameo with feathers or leaves or flowers around her. What I'm seeing now is, yes, that same lady, but she's looking away from me. This is her back. This is like the bones down the back of her neck. Here are her shoulders. She's looking away, but slightly, you just see her cheek here, the back of her head, and then she can have a messy hairdo or flowers in her hair or a bit of both, and some flowers and feathers and things. These might be peacock feathers, I think, and that's definitely got to be a feather coming up. And then this is her dress kind of coming, she's got like a low back dress. Can you see that? Hopefully I can make that real. So I've kind of got an hour for this one and an hour for that one, and seeing as this one took me about 3 or 4 hours, I don't hold out a lot of hope. I might have to kind of partially finish this one and partially finish this one, and that might have to do. I'm really sorry, but I haven't got time to show the process. As I say, if you're interested, give me a shout and I'll do another one and show the full process, but I think probably this video will be enough anyway. So I'm going to come back at the end and show you how they went, and then let you know how to get hold of the background images to have a go yourself if you would like to. We'd love to see what other people would do with these. Okay, wish me luck. I'm going in. Okay, I am done. Well, as done as I'm going to get for this, to get it up in time for the collaboration. I might still tweak these a little bit. I've really got into the process actually, even though I was a bit limited on time. I will definitely be doing more of this. Yeah, and once I sort of got into the zone, yeah, loved it. Very relaxing. So this one turned into the kind of underwater scene. I messed up my seahorse a little bit, which is a bit annoying, but yeah. I'm attempted to go around some of the outlines with a bolder line again, like I have with like here and here, and I'm also tempted to use a fine line and make and just do lines all through the background, but I don't know, I think that might ruin it. But anyway, that's that one. You've seen the dolphin one. And then this one I just ended up using the same, it was just this 0.5 Pigma Micron pen pigment liner. It's drying up a little bit because I've been using it a lot, so it was nice, as kind of scratchy and sketchy. So I just went with that and didn't do any more to it. I quite liked the sort of difference in style between that and that and that. Yeah, so my lady colour, I didn't get the angle of the head quite as I wanted it, but considering I was just sketching it straight onto here with a scratchy pen, it wasn't bad. I just got the angle a bit wrong, really. Yeah, and I think I'm just going to leave that one there. It's kind of how it looked in my head, I think. I cannot wait to see what Emily and Zoe are going to come up with. Of course, I will leave links to them below, and I will also leave links to these background images. As I said, if you'd like to have a go, we'd love to see what you do with them. Do please share them with us. If you post on Instagram or YouTube, just tag us. All our links will be below, or you can post in the Discord. We've got an arts and crafts room in the Discord where you can share what you're doing, or the Arty Farty Facebook group. But wherever, yeah, we'd love to, wherever you post them, we'd love to see them. And I hope you will enjoy playing with these backgrounds as well. I definitely love this process. We'll be doing more of it for sure. And I've still got my other two backgrounds I might have a play with now as well. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and found it inspiring. And I'm going now. I'll see you again soon. Bye.